Okay, so today we're going to be assessing our participant's body composition. So we're going to be looking at her waist to hip circumference, and we're going to be doing a couple of skin folds. Before we do that, we're going to go ahead and take a look at her resting heart rate and her blood pressure, just so we have that information. All right, do you have a timer on your phone? Just let me know when it gets to 30 seconds. Okay, so it's going to be a resting heart rate of 78 beats per minute. Okay, now we're going to take a look at your blood pressure. You can put your phone away. Mm-hmm. Okay, 136/81. Alright, and now we're going to go ahead and measure your waist circumference. Okay, so put your arms up really quick. It's going to be 38 inches. Okay, now we're going to do your hips. Okay. And it's going to be 45. And we're going to go ahead and do our skin folds. Okay, so for this one, I'm basically going to pinch certain areas of your skin, and then I'm going to measure it with this. So when I measure this one, just know it's going to pinch a little bit, okay? So go ahead and put your arm at a 90-degree angle. Just this one. Don't worry about them. All right, but I'm going to have you turn around so you can show the camera all the way. There you go. Alrighty. So we're going to go ahead and assess her tricep skin fold. We already have a little marker of where we're going to assess her skin fold. All right, so I'm going to pinch the skin. Okay. Okay, that's going to be 26 or 24, I mean, sorry. Okay, and then turn back around. Okay, we're gonna do right above her thigh, or right above her knee, and below her femur bone.
This is the right one. This is the right one.
That's fine.
They're different.
Lift this up really quick. So I'm gonna pinch this.
It's like no fat on the leg. That's impressive.
You why?
It tickles.
Okay. Try not to laugh, please. Alright, it's gonna be 9. Okay, and so I'm gonna have you lift up your shirt. And we're gonna do, and then can you show me where your hip bone is? Your hip bone in the front. Alright. Okay, so I'm gonna have you pull down your shorts. Just a little bit, that's fine. Right there's fine. Alright, and we're gonna go ahead and do the skin fold right here. And it's gonna be 17. Okay. And that's all we have for
So now we're gonna conduct the YMCA 3-minute step-up test to assess the participant's cardiorespiratory fitness. But before we get to that, we're gonna go ahead and test her resting heart rate and her resting blood pressure, just so that we can compare it to her post 3-minute step-up test heart rate and blood pressure. Okay, it's gonna be 64 beats per minute. Okay, so now we're gonna test the participant's resting blood pressure.
Okay.
It's gonna be 111/79. Okay. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and start the YMCA 3-minute step-up test to test the participant's cardiorespiratory fitness. Right here, we have our own setup of a 1-foot step-up, and we have a metronome that's gonna be playing at 96 beats per minute as she goes. The point of this test is to follow the beat of the metronome and step up with your whole foot and then step down. And you're gonna do that for 3 minutes. And then we're gonna test your blood pressure and heart rate again.
Okay, whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and start. You got it. You're good. If you lose it, just try to get back on track with the beat.
Just try to get back on track. You're fine. There you go. You have 1 more minute. You got it. It's fine. You lose it. Just try to get back to it. You have 30 seconds. Seconds. Keep going. 10 more seconds. Once you're done, you can go and take a seat. 3, 2, 1. All right, go ahead and take a seat. Your heart rate really quick. All right, 120 beats per minute. I'm gonna look at your blood pressure. It's gonna be 133 over 80. Now we're gonna conduct the participant's muscular endurance by using the ACMS push-up and trunk curl-up test. Before we do that, we're gonna go ahead and test her resting heart rate and then just her resting blood pressure. And we're gonna go ahead and start off by doing her heart rate. Okay, it's gonna be 66 beats per minute. So now we're gonna test the participant's resting blood pressure before we start assessing her with the ACMS push-up and curl-up test. Ready?
119/80. Alrighty. So now we're gonna go ahead and have the participant start her ACMS test. The point of this test is just to see how many push-ups she can do. And one good thing to note is that her back and shoulders are all straight and parallel with her legs, which is exactly what you want. And whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and start. Her ACMS push-up test, we're gonna go ahead and see what her heart rate is now, and then we'll also test her blood pressure. All right, 70 beats per minute. And then we're gonna go ahead and test her blood pressure. Okay, ready? Okay, 135/81. And now we're gonna go ahead and move on to the ACMS curl up test. So now the participant is gonna go ahead and start her ACMS curl up test. We do have her at a starting point, which is where the first line is, which meet at her fingertips. And a full curl up test will include her fingertips meeting this second line. And then she will also be doing this with a metronome playing in the background at 50 beats per minute, which sounds like so. And so we want to make sure she tries to stay on beat with that. And same thing, we're just trying to see how many she can do at a time, and then we're going to test her heart rate and her blood pressure afterwards. So whenever you feel like you're ready to go and you can match the beat, go ahead and start. All right, so the participant just got done with her ACMS curl up test, and now we're gonna go ahead and test her blood pressure and her heart rate just one more time. Alrighty. We're gonna use her timer again. Let's do your heartbeat first.
72 beats per minute. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and test the participant's blood pressure. Okay, 111/81. So today we're going to be assessing the participant's flexibility by measuring her range of motion. So we're going to go ahead and start off with doing her shoulder. Okay, so for this one, you're going to put your palm in straight, and then you're going to bring your arm all the way as far back as you can. But just give me 1 second, I'll let you know when to go. Okay, whenever you're ready, you can go. All right, 176. Okay, we're gonna do it one more time just to make sure we have accurate readings. Okay, whenever you're ready, you can go. All right, 176 again. All right, now we're gonna put this little towel right above your elbow so that way we can measure your elbow flexibility. Okay, so for this one, you're just gonna bring your arm up without moving your elbow. But give me 1 moment. Bless you. Okay. Okay, whenever you're ready. $51. Okay, I'm gonna do it one more time. Okay, go ahead. All right, 51 again. Okay, and now we're gonna move on to your hip. I'm gonna take that. All right, so for this one, you're basically gonna bring your knee to your chest as far as you can, okay? Give me 1 moment. I'm gonna move your arm out. And find your hip bone. There. Okay, whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and bring it up. Okay. It's gonna be 95. Okay, we're gonna do it one more time. Okay, whenever you're ready. And 95 again. Okay, and now we're gonna move down to her foot. And we'll do the same side, the same thing on her other side in just a moment. Okay, so for this one, I'm gonna have you gonna have you first basically point your toes out whenever I say go. Not yet, you can relax. Alright, so right now, alright, go ahead and point your toes out. It'll be 142.
Okay, and then for this next one, we're gonna have you point your toes in. Alright, so 1 second. Yeah. Okay, whenever you're ready. And this will be 101. Okay, so we're gonna do that one more time. I'm actually gonna have you suggest to take your shoes off, just so that way we can get more of an accurate reading of exactly where it is. Alright. Okay, so point your toes out. Okay, and we get a more accurate reading of 154. Okay, and then in 1 second you're gonna point your toes in. Don't mind that. Okay, point your toes in. Alright, and that's gonna be 101. Alright, so now I'm gonna have you take your other shoe off first. Just so we can get a more accurate reading. And then I'm gonna have you get up and flip around. So your head's gonna be on this side now, and your feet are gonna be facing out that way. Just so that way we can measure the other side. Okay, so now we're gonna measure the participant's flexibility on the right side of her body. So we just had her flip herself around, and now we're gonna do the same thing just on this side. Okay, so same thing, you're gonna start off with your arm in, and then give me 1 second. Hold on, I'm gonna have you go ahead and do the test really quick. Go ahead. Okay, and then bring it back down. Okay, whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and go. Okay, if that's gonna be 150. Okay, we're gonna do it one more time. Okay, whenever you're ready. Okay, it's gonna be 151. Okay, so same thing with the elbow. And I'll put this right underneath. Okay. Okay, the same thing. Bring your arm in. This will be 48. Okay. Perfect, 48. And one more time. Go ahead. And 48 again. Okay. And now we're going to move down to your foot. And go ahead and take this. Okay, so you're gonna bring your knee to your chest. Your knee. Knee to your chest. Can you bend it?
Yeah, it was just too bad.
Okay, up and down. It's gonna be 96. Okay, do you need to do it again or no?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Whenever you're ready. Okay, and it's gonna be 96 again. Okay, so now we're gonna move down to your feet again. So it's gonna be the same thing, toes in and toes out. One moment. Okay, so go ahead and point your toes out. Toes out. Alright, this will be 158. Okay, and then you're gonna point your toes forward or in. And it's gonna be 104. Okay, and then toes out. And it's gonna be 159. And then toes in. 103. Okay, and that's all we have for this test. In a second, we're going to go ahead and move on to the sit and reach test. Oh, so you can get up.
If I kicked.
You'll be able to.
How?
It's only a foot. Okay. So continuing our assessment on flexibility, we're going to go ahead and have the participant do a sit and reach test. So right now her balls of her feet, or her heels are at the 15-inch mark right now. And so from there, you're going to go ahead and put one hand over the other. And then just try and go as far down, reach far out as you can on the ruler. Okay. Yeah, like that. But what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you do it like that. So try to touch the ruler. Okay, but not yet. So go ahead and go back. And then just something that'll help you if you want is I try to take deep breaths, and every time you take a deep breath, try to inch it forward a little bit more. But once you can't move anymore, just try and stay wherever you're at for a few seconds, okay? Okay, so whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and go. Okay, it's gonna be 14 inches. All right, we're just gonna do it one more time just so that we can get accurate reading. So just relax. Whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and go. Okay, 14. Okay, so we're gonna try it again this time, but try to make sure your knees stay down on the floor, okay? All right, so go ahead and whenever you're ready. Just this time, try to make sure your knees, keep your knees as straight as possible. Try to keep your knees down. Okay, so it's gonna be 13. I guess we're gonna do it one more time, just because you had your knees come up a little bit, and we wanna make sure your knees are down, okay? Wanna make sure your legs are all the way straight. Don't worry about how far you can go, just go as far as you can, okay? Now you're ready. Knees down. Okay, yep.